So Kobe Bryant recently had his jersey, or jerseys, retired, and it sparked a lot of debate about which Kobe was better, number 8 or number 24. This debate made me look at Kobe's whole career and look at his best seasons. With that said, here are the top 5 seasons of Kobe Bryant's career. Number 5. This slot was difficult to decide, but in the end, I chose the 2012-2013 season. Yes, this was the train wreck season with Dwight Howard and Steve Nash. I was considering the 2009-2010 season, where the numbers are almost identical, but in my opinion, it was more impressive when he did it in 2012-2013. The Lakers won the title in 09-10 in that epic 7-game series against the Celtics. But in 12 and 13, Kobe was putting up the same stats at the age of 34. He was aging like fine wine. And the team was so dysfunctional that year, he had no choice but to take over the team and put up the numbers he was putting up. He averaged 27 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists at the age of 34. The team was struggling, and Kobe had to create heroic plays just for the Lakers to win some nights. The team was under 500 for most of the year, but he pulled them up and carried them to a winning record and a playoff berth. Unfortunately, he used so much energy and played through so many injuries that his body finally gave out, and late in the season, he tore his Achilles tendon. This was ultimately the end of the Kobe we knew and loved, and it was sad to see it had to happen that way. But with bad coaching and time management by Mike D'Antoni, it was only a matter of time until Kobe's body gave out. I feel because Kobe knew he was aging, he knew he had to be more efficient, and his game seemed to be very fine-tuned that season, more detailed. It was beautiful to watch. Number 4, the 2000-2001 season. This was a young and spry Kobe that was beginning to come into his own. This was Kobe's 5th season, where in the previous year he averaged 22 points per game. But in this season he jumped to an average of 29 points per game. He also added 6 rebounds and 5 assists. This is where the debate began on whose team it should be, Shaq or Kobe, where it wasn't Batman and Robin anymore, but Batman and Superman. The Lakers had the best postseason ever, sweeping the ultra-competitive Western Conference, and only losing one game in the NBA Finals, going 15-1, and winning the NBA title. His numbers were even better in the playoffs that year. Averaging 29 points per game, he upped his rebounds by averaging 7 rebounds a game, and upping his assists by averaging 6 assists per game. He was young and athletic, with unlimited energy, comparable to a Russell Westbrook. If you got in his way, you were going to be on a poster, and if not, he would use his ball handling to break you down and get to his spots. A very fun season to watch. Seeing this young, competitive player slowly blossoming and turning into one of the greats. Number 3, the 2005-2006 season. This was the ultimate Kobe season. This is where you saw what Kobe was capable of. During this season, he was able to put everything together. He was truly in his prime, with a team around him that didn't have a lot of help, so he had to do everything and show his full repertoire, his full arsenal. He averaged a career high in points, averaging 35 points per game, along with 5 rebounds and 5 assists per game. This was a season where he dropped 81 points on the Raptors and 62 points in 3 quarters on the Mavs. It seemed like he would drop 40 or 50 on a regular basis. The team won 45 games and lost in the first round of the playoffs, after missing the playoffs the previous year. This was the season I felt Kobe should have won MVP. And you can't say they didn't win enough games when Russell Westbrook just won the MVP, and his team also had wins under 50, so. In that season, Kobe was a monster, and that's when I think he truly became the Black Mamba. Number 2, the 2007-2008 season. This was Kobe's lone MVP season, which makes no sense to me, by the way. Kobe started the year off by asking for a trade. He was frustrated with management and needed help. Through the first half of the season, Kobe did his thing and kept his mouth shut about being traded or wanting to be traded. But before the trade deadline, the Lakers struck gold, landing Pau Gasol. When Kobe got the news, his game went to another level, knowing that the team was about to acquire another star. He averaged 28 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. He carried the team early on, and when Pau got there, the transition was seamless, and the Lakers ended up winning 57 games and taking the top spot in the West that year, which no one predicted that season. As mentioned, he took MVP honors that season after a close battle with Chris Paul. The team made it to the NBA Finals, but lost to the Celtics in 6 games. The team had both Andrew Bynum and Trevor Ariza down during that series. And if you ask me, if they were healthy and the Lakers were at full strength, they would have won the title that year. But they got their revenge 2 years later. And number 1, the 2002-2003 season. This was Kobe's best season in my opinion. Kobe took the 2002 offseason to really up his game. He added to his game and put on 15 pounds of muscle, adding to his strength and power, allowing him to finish stronger at the basket. This wasn't the team's best season, as he didn't win the chip that year, but he carried the team majority of the season. Adding to that, Shaq was hurt for most of the year. Kobe put up his best statistical season at that point in his career. He was fighting with Tracy McGrady for the league scoring title that year, averaging 30 points per game along with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. He also played a career high in minutes, playing 42 minutes a game and playing in all 82 games. This was the season where he scored 40 points or more in 9 games straight. He also broke the all-time three-point shooting record that year, hitting 12 threes in a game, which I believe Steph Curry just broke this past season. But during that time when nobody took a lot of threes, that was a big deal. He put up legendary numbers in highlight after highlight. I actually thought he should have won MVP that year also, as the team won 50 games. As I said, it wasn't the most successful year for the team, as they lost in the second round of the playoffs. And coming off of 3 championships, yes, that's a bad season for them. But I think this was the first season where you really got an idea of what Kobe was capable of, and what was about to happen, what was coming in the future, what type of player he was really going to be. So there's my list. And I guess regarding the debate that's been going on about 8 versus 24, I guess this list shows that I'm somewhat in favor or leaning towards number 8. I mean, they were both great, but number 8 was just more athletic and spry. And he seemed more capable of doing crazy stuff you never thought could happen. So that's it. Disagree with me? Let the debate begin in the comments below. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe if you want. It'd be cool. Just saying. This has been a basketball public service announcement, and I'm out. Peace.
These is facts, bruh.